finally live. So excited. What up, all the party people? Guys, it's the month of preparedness, which can be stressful because the world is really not so cool right now. If you're getting a little stressed out, I understand. Take a step back. Go ahead and grab yourself a Refuge blend candle from Modern Roots Candle Company. Hold on, wait for it.
Can they even hear you right now?
I've got a mic on, hater. And then you take your lighter that you had just checked to make sure it worked before you went live, and you light that sucker up, and then you don't smell it because you're wearing a gas mask, but you're confident that that's a natural calming aroma. And that's what you do right now to settle down, because everybody's freaking out. They're like, Bob, the world's going to end. Bob, on September 23rd, The Simpsons said, Bob, you don't understand. Guys, take a deep breath. Take the gas mask off. It's going to be okay. We're going to make it. And we're going to work together as a unit to make sure nobody dies, okay?
You got to smell it now, though.
Oh, I smelled it immediately. Why do you think I got so calm? Why do you think I'm not screaming right now? Watch, watch. You guys ready? This is the difference. Holy smokes, the WF is going to take us all over. We got Agenda 2030 happening, September 23rd. All these things are going on. Oh, the rapture. Ah! Oh, my God. Huh, man. I think everything is going to be all right. I've got first aid kit. I've got food preps. I've got proper self-defense tools and training. I think I'm going to be okay. Huh. Oh, gosh. Could you imagine, guys? No, seriously.
The whole live stream is Bob doing that over.
The whole live stream is me just having a psychotic episode. That is the show. Guys, welcome to the Refuge Livestream, the HQ Livestream, where we talk about things that are happening in the world right now, where you get to ask us questions in the professional capacity as Refuge. We hang out, we kick it, you know, we do a little kicking it, as the kids say. And yeah, so if you have any questions, go ahead and feel free to throw them in the chat below. Shout out to Mirror Safety, to Parcel Safety for the gas masks. We use both of them. I like Mirror Safety a little bit better. But that was a good little joke there. Shout out to everybody in the chat. What's up, 12C, Scouting in the Woods, Tommy Guptill.
Dude, 12C, tomorrow is a 75 for him of 75 hard.
I think this is like his 4th round of 75 hard, too.
Should we even be impressed anymore? Are we just
It's actually day 375 of 75 hard.
It's like life for you. Never mind. No kudos.
Yeah, he does 75 life. Tommy Guptill. What is this? This is Between Two Ferns, the Refuge Medical Edition. And we didn't have ferns because we can't afford them. So it is what it is, man. You do what you can. What up, Sean Penrod? He said, hi, everyone. Hello, everyone, to you back. What are you doing over there? Would you just... she's just running around with crap.
But it's so unbalanced for YouTube.
It's all right. We'll make it. We'll be okay. Good day, John Witherspoon, the 5th or 4th, whatever that is. It's 4th. So, guys, we're going to be talking about a couple of different things. So, first thing I really want to discuss with y'all is Gunstock. Gunstock is a dope event. It's the 24th and 25th of September. The 24th is a Shabbat, so it's mainly the 25th of September. But what it is a bunch of people are getting together, a bunch of vendors, homies. They're going down to Texas, and we're going to test a bunch of new stuff out. AR15.com is putting this on. We love the dudes over at ARFCOM. ARFCOM brings you high-quality gun-related, gun news content and Second Amendment content, and they're one of the oldest ones in the game. And so we're pretty dang close with them, and so we'll be at Gunstock. We'll have like a sales team there. The training team will be there. We'll have some admin staff there, as well as our first aid kits will be throughout the whole event itself. So that way everybody's got the safety stuff. So if you're going to Gunstock, make sure you stop by, check us out, say what up. If you're in Texas and you're not going to Gunstock, why not, and how are you wrong? So go to Gunstock, because that's the cat's pajamas. I'm cool with that. What are the effects of the Refuge candle and shotgunning a Jocko? That's called speedballing. And I believe Jim Belushi died that way. I think that's exactly how he died. He drank a Jocko and smelled the Refuge candle, and that was it. That's what you think. Jim Belushi had Jockos back then. You might not have.
Oh, yes, he did.
Speaking of guns, did you hear about the New Mexico governor?
I did hear about the New Mexico governor. A bunch of people have reached out to us, and they're like, "Wah!" Guys, we've been talking about this for a long time. I would recommend that everybody has the tools that they need, that they get trained. The world's a crazy place. Speak to the people that you elected, and if the people that you elected aren't doing what you elected them to do, remove them from office.
Pretty much.
That's how this works. At least that's how it works in Oklahoma, because we're a little bit cautious of that. We standardly don't let stuff like that happen. I'm sure it's possible. Been a bit since I made a Refuge live stream. That sign backdrop is so weird. Hey, thanks so much, Liberty Off-Road. Shout out to you. Hopefully you are not giving the combinations to off-road vehicles to the FBI like other Liberty named companies. Liberty Safe. Yeah, don't sell a lock and then give the combination out. It's not going to go well with your consumers, if you can believe it.
Well, think about the lock-picking lawyer on YouTube. If you have half the skills of him, there's no such thing as a lock. Just like there's no such thing as safe comms.
Right, there's no such thing as secure comms. Guys, what Liberty Safe did is the equivalent of us selling you a blowout kit and then shooting you in the leg. Like, it's the exact opposite thing that you wanted. It's the exact opposite. Bob, if you had $100 to start your preps, what would you do? I already have a few of y'all's kits. Food. Honestly, food is the biggest concern, and then water filtration and water cleaning. So if I had $100, I'd put probably 60 of it into water and 40 of it into food, realistically. Dude, water will smoke you in the end times. That is the biggest concern. I was actually just texting with a brother today. We're building out our water filtration system even more because it's just concerning. So I would definitely say if you had $100, 60 to water, 40 to food. And when I say food, I don't mean like go buy $40 worth of rice. Look in your pantry. What do you eat? Can you replicate a shelf-stable version of that? That's what you do, right? And then you build meals off of that. I don't eat quinoa. I don't prep quinoa. I'm not going to take a bunch of money and start buying quinoa because it's a good prep. I don't eat it. That doesn't make sense, right? I'm not going to magically change my diet, right? And so take a look at what you use and what you need. If you might be super good on prep, or on food. If that's the case, focus on water, you know? And don't you mean Liberty Not Safe Company? Yes, that's exactly what I mean, Liberty Off-Road. By the way, my Bear bingo card did not produce a bingo on the brief this morning. 4 out of 5, missed it by this much. Yeah, the 12C Conditioning has a Bear brief bingo card. It is fire. It is so good. I think he sent me a copy. I'm going to start playing with him.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. My brain just saw something.
Yeah.
And it had to yell it out.
Okay.
Can you tell them who collabed with us today? Who came and visited us? Amber?
Oh, yeah. I can absolutely tell them. So we had a super awesome internet personality, wonderful lady, great educator, Amber Haddock. She came in last week. We hung out for a while. We did some videos. We did some content. Just, shot the shit, learned together. Dude, what a high-quality human. So if you're not subscribed to Amber Haddock, I highly recommend that you go subscribe to her because she's a really, really interesting self-defense professional and a security-minded professional. And she gives a lot in the women's perspective, which I love in this space because it is so oversaturated with dudes with beards. Guilty. And it's nice to see like a female teaching other females how to be more responsible, productive, and self-sustaining, which is really cool. So shout out to Amber Haddock. If you don't follow her, go follow her now, or not right now, maybe later. All is fine. Bob, don't forget the Jocko Go for hydration. Yeah, Jocko Go for hydration for sure. Jocko Go is not going to do anything if you're not actually hydrated, and so this is going to this could work against you if you have bad hydration levels. And so same thing as caffeine. We need to be really cognizant of what we're putting into our body because the second that you put caffeine into your body, you're actually working against yourself and you're dehydrating. Bob, I need a beard. I need a beard. Tell us the secrets. Are you asking me secrets to grow a beard, or are you asking me the beard secrets? Because how dare you even mention the beard secrets on a live stream? You know I can't talk about that.
He might be talking about how your beard is rubbing on the microphone and it's having its own conversation with the people.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I'll bring it up with my sound person, who set it up.
I put it a little lower.
Put a little low. Well, here, I'll go on the string of my hoodie.
That'll work.
There it is. Boom.
Hopefully that helps, guys. He's a conspiracy theorist. There are no beard secrets. Yeah, there's no beard secrets. There's not a secret club. We don't meet on Wednesdays.
Bob, Ghost said, Bob, how do I get my wife to read the scriptures with me? Any thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. Don't start where you think it makes sense. Start where she has questions. So ask her what she has questions about. Say, hey, I love you with my whole heart. You're my wife. You're my best friend. I really love this book. You don't want to read it with me. Why? What questions do you have? Right? That conversation being started is how we get to so you can't solve a problem if you don't know there is one, right? And so we got to go to where the issue is. And right now, like, we could jump to a billion different scriptures, but if it's not speaking to where her heart condition is, it's not going to help. And so get on her level, talk to her, figure out where she's meeting resistance in her own spirit and in her own flesh. So that way you know how to pray too, right? Because once we see those issues, we know how to pray, then you can reach out to us. We can be praying for her. Others can be praying for her. You can be more focused in your direct, concise prayer. And yeah, that's kind of where I would start is where her questions are. That's a great question. What you got, Dud?
To simplify both of those questions, the answer would be a man of Yah.
Yeah, but like, that's hard. Like, if you don't know what that is, if I just tell somebody be a man of Yah, they're like, okay, great. How? You know?
Yeah, that would be weird to say that, and then your beard will just automatically grow.
Well, yeah, that's true. So, like, if you are a man of Yah, your beard will grow.
Whoa. Comment.
Oh,
All right.
Oh.
My highly Native American husband can't grow a beard, and he is.
I'm just telling. Hey, man, he's got to get tenured. I'm just saying. No, I'm joking.
Well,
It does,
tell him
beard length does not matter in your belief. Okay. I feel like I shouldn't have to say that, but I guess we're gonna say it on the live stream just because.
Tell him to just think about the MC Hammer song. You got to pray. You got to pray just to get a beard today.
Yep. So somebody said, "Is that a Butter Bliss lettuce plant next to you, Bob?" I don't know.
Check the tag.
It's
Butter Bliss?
It's a plant. This is a silver brushed something. It's from Miami.
Don't put the leaves over the flame.
I'll put the leaves wherever I want to put the leaves.
That's not your plant.
Starts house fire. You consistently will show where your heart. Your consistency will show where your heart is. Use compassion and pray hard. Yeah, and I think that's a great note, right? Like, first of all, you have to be walking as an example, right? And so if you're acting as a hypocrite, and I'm not saying you are, but if you're not listening to the word, if you're not studying, you're not reading, you're not praying, you're not following his rules, don't expect her to. You know, she's going to submit to your headship. And how long have you been in the way, right? Like, how long have you been trying to get her to walk in this truth? Because this isn't an overnight thing. Like, there's some time. And how long were you married not in the faith, right? Versus now we're trying to get her in the faith. It might be disproportionate. And so, you know, don't discredit the Father working through time too. What you got?
Also, being gentle and loving her like Yeshua loved the church.
Yep.
Not expecting her to get it overnight.
Mm-hmm.
And literally your conduct towards your wife, the love and patience and grace that you show her, you can translate that to his love.
Amen.
That is a key thing, having patience.
Someone said, then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send and who will go for us? And I said, here I am, send me. Amen, brother. That's an awesome verse. Guys, if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. We are doing the bug out bag giveaway. We're talking a little bit about it today. If you're not tracking on the bug out bag giveaway, we've got this awesome, fully built out bug out bag here. This has got all of your C's for survival, as well as on top of that. So we're giving this to you built out, right? So it's got your cordage candle container, all this stuff, right? Everything's in there, and this is being built out by Refuge and then also by Bear Independent. So we're working together to kind of build it out the way that we would want it. Like yesterday, I was sitting there and I was like, dude, we don't have any like scrim or camo netting. We got to get some scrim or camo netting in this bag because that's just like part of camouflage. We need to have that. So it's constantly being built out. And then yesterday, actually, Lauren reached out to one of our local gun shops, which is Chaffee Outfitters out of Fort Smith. And Chaffee Outfitters is throwing in an AR-15, a carbine in 5.56 for the giveaway as well. So not only are you going to get the bug out bag, but you're also going to get a rifle. And then I'm going to see if I can't get like maybe some armor and stuff like that into the giveaway as well to get you guys like a full bug out kit, like armor, plates, carrier, belt, rifle, bag, kit, all of it. So if you want to win this, right, we're doing it through the end of the month for the month of preparedness. And how this works is every bucket that you buy enters you in. If you buy 10 buckets, that's 10 entries. If you buy 10 buckets over the course of a month, that's 10 entries. If you buy 10 buckets 3 different times, that's 30 entries, right? So every bucket is an entry. So we didn't want people to like just enter a raffle where they didn't get anything. And so with that, like the bucket is kind of the prep of Refuge. We love the wound care bucket, the baby bucket, the postpartum bucket, the surgical bucket. All of those are badass options for preps. You can take it sealed, set it with the rest of your preps. I know I have wound care. I know if somebody gets pregnant, we can have this baby. I know after the baby gets birthed that we're going to take care of mom. And then I know if we have to do surgery, you know, I can't do surgery, but Jim, who's a doctor and lives down the street, can. I've got the tools for Jim, right? And that's what we wanted to do, was build up some preppable items for y'all. And so that's why we chose the bucket as the giveaway. So if you haven't yet, or if you're like, man, I might enter it again, I'm going to keep adding stuff to it. I recommend you get in now. It's only going to get busier and busier and busier. So keep getting in your entries now. The postpartum bucket is on sale right now for under $100. It's through the deals of the day. It's a smoking hot deal. Oh, wound care bucket today? Yeah. And that's through deal of the day? Yeah. And what is that at? Hold on, Britt's telling me. I'll tell you exactly how much it costs. What? Bob, what's in the bag? I'll show you next week. I just told you what's in the bag. A bunch of preparedness items. So that's like your compass. $123 is what the wound care bucket costs right now.
If they want to know what's in it, they should watch our YouTube channel, because every day we're doing a video featuring something similar to what is going in the bag.
See, there you go. So if you want to know what's in it, look at the YouTube channel, because we've done a bunch of videos on stuff that's going in the bag, whether that's compass or signal or combustion or whatever it may be. We're showing you on the YouTube what's going into it and how we use it, so that way you know how to use it too, or at least one possible application of. So you can go to the wound care buckets on sale today, $120, 120-ish bucks, right? So you can grab that bad mamma jamma and be a little bit more prepared for wound management. What you got?
Hey, Bob, you were talking about all of these buckets. Did you look at your feet?
Bro, I did not. Somebody said my mic could be louder. Is this loud enough? You tell me, internet.
You're sounding good to me.
I'll do whatever I can
Coming
to.
through YouTube, you're sounding good.
I'm just trying to make the people happy. That's why I'm here for y'all. I hope you know that. So, the buckets, Dudley like put a bunch of buckets by my feet. These are all the different buckets that we sell and have designed because they're super useful and applicatory to you. So this is the wound care bucket up top. The wound care bucket is what is on sale right now, today, right, through deal of the day. So you can go and grab that for $120. It's like $30 off or something like that. I don't know. Then you have the surgical bucket. Dude, this is one of those things that like people don't think about. I promise hospitals aren't going to work in a third world country the way they work right now. Get a surgical bucket, at least one, and have them back there with 2 or 3 wound care buckets, and then get one of each of these, and then like your long-term field care preps are done. Dunzo, right? If you wanted 100 of these, sure, that's awesome. That's great prep, right? I don't know what you're planning on doing in the end of the world, but okay. But like one of these, one of each of the baby and postpartum, and then a few wound care buckets, you are eons ahead of the average American in their medical preparedness. Something for y'all to be thinking about, because the world's getting, dude, like, it's not even that the world's getting weird, because the world's been so unbelievably weird. It's that like, damn, the weird is getting worldy out there. Like, it's even worse. I don't know how to explain this. What you got, Dud?
Well, you're talking about the world getting weird. What about snowstorms?
Snowstorms happen.
There are places here in this country, like when I was an over-the-road truck driver, I'm glad it never happened to me. I was going to Florida one time, and I had to detour around to Ohio, come down the middle of the country to get to Florida.
Oof.
So imagine if you lived in a place where a snowstorm shut down your area for 2 or 3 weeks, and you couldn't get to a hospital. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I, guys, it's not just like SHTF. I know that's a big focus for Month of Preparedness, but it's like hurricanes, wildfires, floods, mudslides. You guys see, I think it was in South America today, there's 10,000 people that are dead, and roughly there's still 20,000 extra people missing from a flood that happened, a huge flood that happened in South America. Like, this can happen, and it's very, very possible. So I think everybody having this type of stuff on hand, it's not just like, oh, the zombies are coming, the Mexican aliens are here, you know? And that's not an illegal alien joke. That's Mexico just put out the thing with the aliens, okay? Settle down, all right? But all of that to say, you guys should have this stuff on hand. What do we got in the comments? We need a burial bucket, like a body bucket? That'd be weird. That's not in the makes. Then you've got a field house. Exactly, Medic Mouse. Howdy, Bob and Refuge team. Howdy, Mike Golf. Slaughter bucket for the sheep. Maybe. I've heard worse ideas.
What is that? A knife in seasoning?
Dylan said, how to get the family on board with not eating bacon. We are a family of Yahweh. Easy. Don't buy it. It's not allowed in your house. If you find pork in your house, you take it out and you throw it away. And you say, this is an abomination. And then if people are like, that's not an abomination, you say, hey, like, are you down with like certain sexual ideologies that are not standard? And they'd be like, no, I'm not. Cool. This is in the same exact part of the book. Not cool. Not food, right? You got to just draw the line. Make it abundantly clear. Show them that the flesh of a swine and the flesh of the human is the closest possible. Show them all of the parasites that exist inside of the flesh of swine. When you eat swine, you're eating on average 500 parasites per sitting.
They have no lymphatic system.
They have zero lymphatic system. There's no processing the stuff, guys. They are a garbage can. That's why God made them. They garbage can things, right? So I would just show them the truth, and then if you're the man of the house, right? Because it said Dylan. Dylan said true that, right? So Dylan, if you are the man of the house, be the man of the house. Say no. Yeah, no, this is my house. These are my kids. This is my wife. You're not eating this. And it's just not an option, right? The same way that you wouldn't let them eat arsenic, don't let them eat that, right? If my kid was like, hey, can I eat this watch battery? I'd be like, no, dummy, you can't, right? Same exact thing, right? If my kid comes up to me with a rattlesnake, is like, can I eat this? I'm like, no, dummy, you can't, right? What you got?
Well, when Heath and I were in the beginnings of the journey,
Yep.
Isaiah 66 was what got Heath, because they're saying they're a family of Yahweh. Well, in Isaiah 66, it's a prophecy, and it talks about the one hiding in the garden and all that, and then eating the flesh of pigs, and he's going to take vengeance. I'm paraphrasing, of course. But read Isaiah 66 with them.
Yep.
Because that was what turned my husband.
Yeah, and like it also just comes down to,
Ew.
many times Jesus said, keep the commands. Find a couple times. 1 John, sin is lawlessness, sin is transgression of the law. Show them the law. I mean, it's not that hard. There's a set of rules. You got to follow the rules. And you're not going to be able to follow the rules perfectly. You're going to make mistakes. That's why you need a Messiah, right? But you still have to follow the rules. It doesn't mean that the rules just go away because you have forgiveness. Like, no, that doesn't make sense. But snakes are good. No, they're not. They're not. They are actually, they're at enmity with the world, technically, per the word. We're biblical literates over here. Also, people are like buffalo bacon, chicken bacon, beef bacon, yeah, turkey bacon, all the fake bacons, right? Or like all the real bacons. That's a great idea too, but like conceptually, we're not trying to replace a God in their heart, right? Because like something I try to think about a lot is when people are like, oh man, I just could not give up beef bacon, or I couldn't give up pig bacon, right? Like swine bacon. I just ask them like, is your mouth your God, right? Like, is that who runs things for you? Is your stomach your God? Is your taste buds your God, right? Because what we don't want to do is say like, oh, I know it's so hard for you to give up pig bacon. Here's beef bacon. And now they worship beef bacon. You're missing the whole point. Man cannot live off of bread alone, but off of every word of the living Elohim. That's the point. It's not what goes into the mouth that defiles a man, it's what comes out of the mouth that defiles a man, right? This is why Paul harped the way that Paul did. What do you got, Lauren?
Someone over on Instagram said veterinary bucket.
Yep, that's a good one.
So
we've got amazing veterinary kits. We have a whole canine unit that applies across the animal spectrum, whether it's the Mastiff, the Shepherd, or the Rottie. All three of those are badass kits. If you're interested in that and you are a veterinarian, go ahead and reach out to us. We don't have a lot of people reach out to us about veterinary kits, and so it's not something we produce a lot of. Now, we did have some friends in special operations that needed stuff for working dogs, and that's one of the reasons we came to market with the canine kits that we did. Yo, shalom. Somebody asked, how do I get Bear Bingo? Yeah, I would put Bear Bingo like in the Discord or something like that. That would be so sick. So Mike Golf on YouTube asked, got a question, maybe relevant to SHTF. Here goes. Water purification tablets as aqua tabs. Is it possible to use them efficiently after expiration if properly stored? Thanks, go Refuge. I am not a water purification tablet expert. So here's how I would handle this, Mike. I would see what ingredients degrade inside of your tablet, at what point, and what are they doing, right? Those ingredients degrading, are they going to have an effect on the purification process, right? What you got?
There's an answer from Medic Mouse.
Medic Mouse. Aqua tabs are chlorine. Depending on storage, they will degrade. You could oxy-seal them and keep them longer, possibly, at my golf. See, and so there we go. So the chlorine could degrade. And there's a lot of different water filters that you can store that aren't tablets that you can keep indefinitely. Berkey systems and of the like. There's a reason the EPA is trying to ban Berkeys. I would get something like that. And then if you're like, oh, but I need something on the go, that's where your Sawyer Minis come into play and everything like that. So I know it's not necessarily the best solution of, I get to keep my tablets, but, we want to make sure that our systems are the most robust and that they transfer over modularly, right? And so I don't want 12 ways to filter water. I want one way of filtering water that works in 12 variations, right? And because that simplification of the process allows for less breakdowns, less bottlenecks. And so if I can have my outdoor purification, Sawyer Mini, my indoor Berkey, right? And then I work those systems and break those systems and see where they fail and see how they need to get better, then when it's SHTF, it's not really like noticed, right? Because we've just been using these systems. Like when I go into the woods, I use a Sawyer Mini. I don't bring a water bottle. Why? Because Sawyer Minis work and it's awesome training and I don't think about getting water in the woods. It's not that hard, right? Now I bring like water out with me, but to get more in the field. You get the point, A Sawyer will keep indefinitely. How do we get to Discord if on Patreon? I don't know. That is a Badger question, and I don't think Badger's in this chat right now. How dare you, Badger, be doing something else at this moment? Realistically, go ahead and email or shoot a message over on Patreon, and either one of the admins over there or Badger will get back with you, and they'll help you get on the Discord. I am not on the Discord. I've never been on a Discord, and I honestly, I'm not going. I'm not doing it. I refuse to go on Discord. That's just where I land. We talked about deal of the day. Heck yeah. Local RT classes. That's a great point too. We have October classes that are in the store, guys. Here's what we're doing for October 3-1. It's Halloween. We are meeting together and we are doing a refuge training class. We are going to come together in prayer and in supplication and in preparation against the enemy. We're going to do good works on his high holy day in spite of him, because the Father is good and he is holy and he is sovereign, right? And so I would love it if y'all come participate with that. I think it's going to be super fun. If you've been waiting for an RT and you're a spiritual warrior and you want to do cool stuff with the homies, come on out, This is going to be completely different. It's not going to be like a normal RT class. We're going to do some spiritual warfare. And I think that's a big, big deal. So I'm telling y'all before, I'll tell you when you get there, and you'll definitely know in the midst of it. We're doing some spiritual warfare at that class. The tablets purify, i.e. boiling, and Sawyer or Berkey will filter. Yeah, you'd still have to do a purification process before moving over to a Berkey, unless it's water, unless it's running water. Like, I know people personally who lived for over a year off of a Berkey filter. I'm looking at one of them. They run this business, and they're not dead. they're not dead, right? And so that's a great note there. Yeah, so if you haven't signed up for the deal of the day email, you need to. I'm supposed to remind you of that, mainly because, like, that is actually where the deals are sleeping. And so we run a lot of promotions. We do a lot of specials. We like to have creative marketing to keep everybody involved and moving towards the mission of saving lives. But the real ones know that the deals are in the email, the deal of the day email, because that's where you're getting that specialty percentage off. There's never going to be a better deal than in the deal of the day email. That's just what it is.
And then they get $10 flat rate shipping.
Yeah, and we have $10 flat rate shipping too.
Are you ever going to talk about the new thing?
I don't know if we're supposed to.
I mean,
Do we have one?
we do have one.
Where is it?
I will run and go get one, but you can't show the whole thing.
All right, I won't show.
Don't fall.
I will not show the whole thing, okay? I will give you a tease, because people have been asking for it for a very long time. Now, I want you to know that these cows lived a good life, that they had peace and love inside of America, okay? And that we worked very hard to produce this here, for y'all, here. Dude. Are you, oh, I'm sorry. I won't show you. I'll just take a look at it, right? So I actually haven't seen this yet. This is my first look at the leather. Holy
First look
smokes.
and feel.
Holy smokes. Those are some positive buttons
Don't
right there.
crease it.
Don't crease it?
Yeah.
Dude, whoever gets this and it's creased, know that it's from me. And I love you. I'll do what I want.
Try it, Britt.
Dude, this is so sick. So it comes with like a little pull string here, right? You can pull that out, come off the dongle, and then inside you'll have a little pouch, right? Whatever it may be. This is another dongle string here in case you don't want red. Maybe you want black. But yeah, and then this Tree of Life logo is also burned into it on the corner, the Refuge logo. This is absolutely schmaxy, dude. This is real leather. It just mooed at me.
This is a going out on the night, like going out, night on the town. Is that how you say it?
Dude.
You don't want to have your SOB on you, so you have your leather one.
Well, this is like I'm bushcrafting in the woods, and everything needs to be a dark tanned leather. This is, I ride a motorcycle and I want a good bag that's made in America that I could put some first aid gear in, that I could also put my shades in or something like that. This is, I'm a Renaissance man. I only support stuff that's built by hand, and right here, it is a satchel.
Indiana Jones had one.
You know, so.
Or if you have true grit.
Yeah, if you have true grit, if you're a cowboy, if you're in the West, I might just run this on my plate carrier just to prove a point that you can do whatever you want to make just to make the internet mad. I might run this on my plate carrier. This is awesome. This is so cool. Guys, stay looking. What's it like packed? Boy, Hemi, man, you ask a lot of questions for a teaser, dude. No, I'm just joking. It looks rad packed. There's still a little bit of space in there too. So the SOB takes up the bottom portion. There's still a little space on the top for you to do kind of what you want. So you get a little bit of variety. What you got?
The Rickster wants to know, how does he sign up for the daily deals?
So you go to a website, and then at the bottom there's a deal of the day thing, and you click on that, and then it will subscribe you. You'll put your email in. It's pretty easy. Yeah, so if you haven't signed up for the deal of the day email, that's our daily email. It's going out every single day. It's got a special, dude, stomp bags went out in the deal of the day email. People do not realize they're sleeping on it. There was like $600 off a stomp bag. 2 people got it, right? But we're trying to keep it like,
And then $10 shipping?
it's yeah, it's $10 shipping for that.
Did we lose money on that? Like, that's crazy.
So yeah, comma, probably, but also the mission statement of this company is not to make money while in service to the Father's kingdom. The mission statement of this company, as me and T talk about all the time as we shove our heads through tables at Mach 2, is to save lives while in service to the Father's kingdom. Save lives. That's the mission, right? And so if more people have medical components and we made less profit, but more lives were saved, mission success, right? Mission success. I'm signed up but didn't get one today. What? Alden, no. That's going to be a out of stock item. What?
Has he been opening all his emails?
Have you been opening the emails? Because that's the thing is
It's like an algorithm.
yeah, I think it unsubscribes you. We don't send this out to a lot. Like, you have to be paying attention the way that we do it, because the deal of the day email is for Refuge Nation. That's for the homies. That's for y'all, right? We wanted a way to reward y'all because you are the cat's pajamas, the bee's knees, you know? And so that's a way for us to say, hey, thank you. This is the best. This is what I got, dude. This is the most discount I can do. You do Yah's work and have faith in him, then he provides. It isn't about profit. Amen, Hemi. Amen. I just checked. I see the one from yesterday, but not today. That's interesting. I will talk to my wife about that, who runs that department. What's up?
President Howitzer on TikTok said leather fanny pack, and on Instagram, Homestead Self-Reliant said needs a cross-body strap for the cowgirls out there.
Whoa.
That would not be hard to do.
That would be super easy to do, and I'm sure that we could talk to our boys at Nazarene about that.
It's really
Guys, this is a
leather.
quality leather. Like, this is, there's zero shortcuts that we're taking with this process. Like, zero shortcuts. Yeah, that'd be a great fanny for sure. Looks like a solid codpiece, too. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Jim again. Jim is busy. Yeah, Jim be doing that, you know. What are you going to do? Jim be Jimming.
Like, Jim's got a baby on the way. Like,
Who's Jim?
I thought we were talking about Badger. Sorry. my
Nope.
bad.
Nope.
My bad.
Nope.
My brain's like, Jim's not here.
So Jim is our imaginary YouTube agent. Jim works for both Bear Independent and Refuge. And Jim, whenever we start talking about the Father or how they're trying to kill you, Jim just goes ahead and slows it down. He's like, hey,
Our
boop beep,
bandwidth just becomes trash.
beep boop beep boop beep boop. And that's fine. Jim, know that Yeshua still loves you and you can repent and seek the kingdom all the same. So just remember that, my friend. There's always time until there's not. And then there's not. And that's a bad deal. So, you know, think about it. Yes to the strap. Don't say that in the wrong context. Anyways, moving on.
Lone Star Living said, plus they put emojis like fire and that red thing in the subject in their email so you know it's going to be good.
Yeah, that's right. We put emojis in the email because somebody told me to do that and I believed them.
Never the S word.
But never the S word. Never
That
sale.
one time. Remember that
Yeah.
one time?
Oh, when we said shit,
Yeah. and
Yeah.
It was.
everybody was like, "Rah!" But you know what? That was one of our most clicked emails. So good to know. YouTube Jim used to be Todd before he drank the Bud Light. Probably. Please make Jim for good talk on Poop Tube today. Thank you. Come again. Very good, Mike. Much for good now. Guys, there is a new tab on the Refuge website. I don't know how often you guys go to the site, but we try to throw new stuff on there every day for y'all. Just kind of think of it as like a preparedness hub, right? So inside of there, you're always going to be getting something new. So inside the new tab right now, we've got the Refuge blend of Moose Run coffee. The Refuge blend of Moose Run coffee is the coffee that I like, okay? So if you don't like it, that's fine. There's a gajillion coffees out there. We could not all come to a consensus.
You don't drink Moose Run, then
You're wrong. So it's a finely ground African coffee. And so it tastes a little bit more like espresso. It's a little stronger, give you a little bit more of a, you know, because I'm Bob and you know how I'm always like, yeah. So you could get a little bobbed with the Refuge blend. The other thing that we just launched is the sticker pack. A lot of people were like, sticker pack, please, can I have a sticker pack? Yeah, totally, you totally can. So we've got that launching right now. That'll be a plethora of different stickers, the variety of which I'm not even really sure. I'm sure that there's stickers that are relating. There's a magnet in there too. See, look at that. So don't put that next to your credit card. Whoa. So we got the carry an effing tourniquet sticker, the mission statement sticker, go away, we don't sell weed, tactical chicken, and then a Refuge Medical training sticker. So you got a pretty good little sticker pack there, so you can bling out your Pelican cases, your cars, whatever you want to do. So go grab a sticker pack, because you're Refuge Nation, and how else are you going to let people know that you're Refuge Nation? Oh, dude, we need a hashtag Refuge Nation sticker. Okay. Refuge Nation, because we got the Bear Nation sticker. We need the Refuge Nation sticker. And then, oh, Britt got the blood type patches that you guys were asking for figured out, right? So a bunch of people had reached out and they're like, please, God, can I have blood type patches so that my friends know what type of blood I have? And we're like, yeah, for sure, dude. That tracks. That makes sense. And so Britt found our homies up in Kentucky, and our homies in Kentucky worked day and night in the shop making these bad mama jammas. So we have a camo, like a OD kind of camo. It's like OD Ranger tan, and that's got the border around it. That looks really nice. That's your tactical one. And then we have the red and black option as your like non-tactical kind of AB pause or whatever the blood type is, right? These are super useful, guys, inside of the situation right now. So if you go to a hospital right now, probably just going to give you, you know, OPAS, not a big deal, right? Comma, you're not in a field hospital. So if things were to change in the situation around the country and say we no longer have big hospitals, we have field hospitals everywhere, well, now blood type really matters because we're probably doing field transfusions. And if we're doing field transfusions, we need to be sure that you have that blood. And we also don't want to necessarily have to like do a blood typing right there. So great tool. If you don't know what freaking blood type you are, that's okay. I had to call my mom and ask her a few years ago, right? Totally fine. Go ahead. We sell them on, what tab are they on? Components?
I believe so. You can just type search Eldon.
Yeah, so you just search Eldon blood typing kit. It'll come to you. It's not, I don't think it's a ton of money.
Blood, the patch, and the blood type.
Ooh, if you just search blood, the patch and the kit come with. Now, you can't buy the patch until you know what type of blood you have, so maybe you just buy them all. Just have a couple extra, I guess. But figure out what type of blood you have. Make sure that you have your blood type indicated somewhere on you. I think that's really cool. I was talking about it on a live on the line yesterday. Something I'll do before we go train or something like that is I'll take like a swatch of duct tape, and on that duct tape, I'll actually write down my current vitals, right, as well as my blood type, and then I'll draw a line, and then I'll like indicate a space for my vitals to go again. That way, if I were to suffer an injury, I were to become unconscious or something like that, that's already on my leg, right? They can write the rest of my vitals as to where I am. They can stick that over an emergency blanket and tape the emergency blanket up. It's right there where EMS or EMTs can see it, and boom, they're good to go. Not sure if y'all got the time, but probably would be cool to make a video on blood types. Yeah, I mean, we could probably do a video on blood types. That's not a bad video. Howdy and shalom, you guys. I sent an email to admin at Refuge Training asking about the Tell City Essential Responder class. Awesome. I don't know how many slots they have, Valentine Artist Blacksmith, but I am sure that Refuge Training is going to get back to you in regards to that. Right, Phelps? There you go. Boom. He got it. He's out here. Damn, I can't write words tonight. Well, that's because it's the day. So that'll happen. Both my mother and husband were typed wrong in hospitals. That is not cool. That is what you don't want to hear. My blood type is pasta sauce, Italian. Very good. Very, very good. Guys, if you have any questions, go ahead and throw them in the comment section below. I got a couple more minutes before I got to run today. Only got a couple more minutes, so this is the great time to throw them questions in there. What do you got?
Heather from Instagram was asking how do we sign up for the email.
Heck
And
yeah.
It doesn't actually say deal of the day. It's the subscribe button at the bottom of the website.
Subscribe button at the bottom of the website. That'll get you. Yeah. And then boom, you're in. Then you're subscribed up. You get the deal of the day email. That's a great question. Sorry that I misled you when I told you it was deal of the day. I actually don't know what's going on here. They keep me in a cage in the back. Leather shoulder strap already exists at Just a Nazarene Co. Boom. There we go. It's already exists. Phelps is such a badass. Yeah, he is. Best money ever spent was refuge training. I hear that all the time. I hear that. When I say I understand how expensive these courses are, and I understand that they're worth them, I mean it. It is my job to look at the market and see what it can bear. It is my job to price these classes with the amazing subject matter experts that we have. We've looked at it. We've looked at reducing and we've looked at increasing because both of them are justifiable. And right now we live where we are in price because that's what we can do to pay the bills, right? Although I have never had somebody ask me for a refund because it was not worth it. I will tell you that. And I would tell you if I had. Can I get a praise Yah up in this place? Praise Yah!
Praise Yah!
That's right. We out here. Got A positive, can receive all types but can't give to most. Yeah, you'll have that on those big jobs. What can you do? Any more questions on the TikTokians or on the Instagrams or anything like that?
Can receive all of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Winning.
Yeah.
But you can't give to any out of
Yeah, I think it's it. I can't remember. I don't want to misspeak.
I'm O negative, so I'm just gonna be here bleeding out, saving everyone.
No, we're good.
What? Yeah, I thought O negative gives to everyone.
No, O neg I think receives from everyone.
Is it?
O pos gives to everyone. I'm O pos, so I'm confident I give to everyone.
Oh, okay. I knew it was one of those.
I could be 100% wrong too. I could be so confused I can't even see straight.
Yeah.
So, like, we should know
I
for sure.
swore that
Well,
was
okay,
gonna
I think
get
this is
that.
important. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
You're also not a doctor.
No.
You're also not a
No,
doctor.
I am. I didn't tell you that.
Ah.
I am.
Yeah, I'm also not a phlebotomist.
Well, she's a doctor of love.
Doctor of love. We're not phlebotomists either, right? It's okay. Hey guys, I want to say this on camera so that you know. It's okay to not fucking know everything. It's okay to ask questions. It's also okay to say, I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm going to have to research that.
I just used the Google machine. O negative blood can be used in transfusions for any
See?
blood type.
I was wrong. I was wrong. See? I love it.
Hey, Mike Goff said, Bob, follow up to the Safe Home short. So I don't know if you got to see it.
Nope.
But we use this really handy this thing on the internet to like break up.
Was this the one like training inside of your home?
And so it like only gave you a snippet. So if you only saw the short, make sure to go to the YouTube channel and watch the full video.
Yeah, it goes in depth.
And it goes over shoot, move, and communicate. So
Yeah.
definitely worth watching.
One of the things that we were talking about in that video is, so that was at our shoot house, and like the cool thing about our shoot house is we can change the layout of it, right? As per most shoot houses, right? All the walls should be modular. And so something that we'll do often is like, let's take like Dudley's house. So we'll look at Dudley's house and we'll be like, this is what Dudley's house looks like, right? And this is how Dudley's house works. Then we build the shoot house to Dudley's house, and then we say, okay, me and Dudley are showing up after work, and we're coming home to his house. We're going to do some stuff. We get there. There's two weird cars. The door's wide open. Go, right? Well, now it's scenario-based training. Now we're trying to figure out how we would handle, how we would do all these things. I think that type of training is super rewarding because you get to fail big. You get to learn grave mistakes, and you get to include a lot of different people, right? You don't need a bunch of high-speed, tactical dudes to be role players or something simple like that. So that's something that we talked about in that video, is training your actual AO, like actual AO. I don't train for Mogadishu, like I train for this building, right? Because I'm in this building a lot, and so that makes the most sense. So yeah. Where does your lap go when you stand up? I don't know. Blood transfusion these days are scary with mRNA concerns. Ooh, I never even thought about that.
Ew, no.
Wait, not only that, my wife, my lovely helpmeet, she found out that there is a medication that people that are HIV positive are taking so that it doesn't come up on tests that they're HIV positive.
That's cool.
It's actually, I mean, it's because the virus load is so small that it's not showing up. It's supposed to be what it is, I think. Because I remember I heard about that too.
Right. And also in California,
Would you
it's
mean bloodless
no
life?
longer illegal to intentionally infect someone.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
so that actually did happen this year. All this to say, guys, like, know what your blood type is and have a plan, right? Have a plan. Have a plan. I can't tell you what your plan should be. I can't. We're on the internet. I can't do that. But I can tell you to have a plan. I can tell you to do research. I can tell you to reach out to people inside your community that believe the same way that you do. I can tell you to build a strong network of people with capable skills. I can tell you to have hard conversations and attempt to build those networks. Hey, you're a doctor. Want to be friends? Why? Because you're a doctor and I need a doctor friend. I will do this for you, right? Like, form a network, form communication or connections and communication, right? They can't. All right, I got time for one more question. One more. Whoever wants it. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, it's all an option. Whoever wants to do it. Great show again. Thank you so much, Enos. I really appreciate the support, you know. It's not easy being cheesy. Google blood comparability. I actually have a patch. I think it's like right here. I'm not even joking. I had a patch. Maybe I took it home that had all the blood types and like it's congruency and comparability. Why do birds suddenly appear? Because the CIA built them to. What's your favorite joke? I don't know, the Constitution? What's my favorite joke right now? My favorite joke right now is preppers. Like, people who say that they're preppers and they're not. That's my favorite joke. How much do you love Yahweh? That's what we're gonna end it on. Oh, you got a different one?
Somebody asked on Instagram, Mecha Sport, what's the difference between the Origin IFAC and the Bearfac?
The Origin Western has some survival capabilities, so it's got a fire starter, it's got an Exotac fire starter, and then it's also got a Sawyer Mini water filtration device, and it's a little bit bigger, just a little bit. I think it's like 13% bigger in volume when we built it, and so I think that, like, in terms of a pack kit, like a kit to go on the outside of the pack, that's the one, hands down. You get a secondary water filter, secondary fire starter, same exact med. It's a win. That's a W. It's more expensive. Good things are. That's how life works. So Ghost asked, how much do you love Yahweh? I actually do not have the proper words to describe how much I love my Father, because my Father forgives me in spite of me not loving him enough.
Dude, that's
And that is,
a good way to put it.
I don't know how to love somebody who loves me in spite of being wrong. And I think that you guys really need to start thinking about that, because we got a Father who's really about to start changing stuff. A lot of people aren't prepared. They are not ready. And so we need to be lights right now. I love my Father enough to go out and be a light. Do you? That's what I'm going to do. Go be a light. I love y'all. Shalom. Carry a tourniquet or something. But more importantly, preach the message of Jesus. Preach Yeshua and his gospel of peace, because that's what actually will save a life.